Now, we already know that these are the last days. These are the final seconds even. But I want to give you an indicator and a detailed guideline of what exactly they are attacking. They're not necessarily attacking your job, right? They're not attacking your finances. And I'm not saying that they're not. But their most relentless attacks are not against your finances. Their most relentless attacks are towards the things that are tied to your heart. Your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. God forbid you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but your relationships, especially with your children. You have to have a discerning eye, a discerning heart, a discerning mind, and a discerning spirit to be able to tell what is of God and what is not of God, to tell what a demonic spirit is doing and what that demonic spirit's motive is. If you are in a situation where you're constantly arguing, you're constantly at odds, just constant contention, and your home just feels like a hotel, just feels like you guys are just sharing a space, then there's demonic activity in that house. My exhortation, and I would implore the both of you, if you're married, is to fast, to pray together. And that's if that person is compliant enough to say, you know what, we both have to do this, because the first step of acknowledging a problem is acknowledging and saying, what is wrong with me that is bringing problems in this relationship? And so a lot of times we look outside of ourselves and we want to blame other people. But 9 times out of 10, 99.9% of the time, we have to evaluate ourselves. Am I a positive person? Am I a negative person? Am I a wicked person? Am I a righteous person? Am I someone that's bringing an uplifting spirit in this relationship? Or am I coming with the energy to bring it down? And a lot of times it's easy to look at somebody else and say, well, hey, this is what you're doing, and this is what you need to change. But the thing is we have to look at ourselves and change the things that are within us that are wrong. A lot of times we get into situations where a person wants to argue. You have to understand, it's not that person. That is a spirit. That is a demon. And a lot of times, being quiet is the wisest and the best thing you could do. It's the best thing you could do. Because when you add fuel to fire, that fire only rages. And don't let the wind come, because the wind is going to feed and fuel that fire. And that wind is your voice. If there is nothing good to say, walk away. If you can't abide in the same house, get out of there. Because there are a lot of times when you see these videos like Viral Crimes and all these other shows, it's because of domestic violence. It's because of either one or two things. Number one, there is no God in that house, and I mean the biblical God, the God of Israel. And then number two, there's no understanding. A lot of people are emotionally immature. When I say emotionally immature, because a lot of people are still dealing with childhood trauma. A lot of people are still dealing with things that happened in the past. A lot of people are still used to the guys or the women that they gave themselves to that hurt them. And they carry that same turmoil and strife to the next relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, before you get into anything serious, make sure that you're emotionally responsible and emotionally mature. Because with these two things, that's able to save a relationship, but chiefly the Lord Jesus Christ and a foundation in God. And a lot of people don't want to hear that, but guess what? That's why there's so many domestic violence cases. That's why the graveyard is being filled up. That's why the prison house is going to continue to fill up, because people do not want the reproof of the Holy Bible. That's what he said in Hosea chapter 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That lack of knowledge is holiness. That lack of knowledge is contrition. That lack of knowledge is meekness. And most of all, that lack of knowledge is holding yourself accountable. The Bible says be circumspect. That means check yourself. We have to check ourselves in order to see if we're the problem. We have to be honest. A lot of people can't handle being honest with themselves, because being honest with yourselves means you have to acknowledge it. And once it's acknowledged, you have to do something about it. So it's okay. If you have a problem in your life, check yourself, check your situation. And once you clean your own house, then you can help somebody clean theirs. But until then, be blessed.